Epitaph came from Greek word epitaphios, which means funeral oration. It is a short text honoring a deceased person. Epitaph refers to the text that is inscribed in a tombstone. For hundreds, if not thousands of years, the epitaphs has been a significant part of the death ritual. Before the development of written language and adequate tools for graving, the grave was marked with such items as sticks and rocks. Archaeological evidence and written and pictorial records show that memorials were an important part of ancient societies such as Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans. Grave markings usually act to provide information about the deceased and to relay a message to the living. In 21st century, most tombstones certain some sort of biographical information about the deceased, including the name of the decedent, date of birth, and date of death. In addition to this information, many makers include an inscription in verse or prose upon the maker. It is important to have epitaphs because it provides those who have passed with a poetic or memorable inscription for those who visits the deceased to remember them by. Those who choose their own epitaphs, it is their way of sending one final and lasting message.
I am the resurrection, and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies. This family has a strong faith in God. They believe that this woman is in God's hands. Now, they rendered the soul of this woman to God because they knew that she is in good hands for good. At birth, we bring nothing. In death, we take away nothing. This family had a simple life. They are contented on what they had when they are still alive because they knew that time will pass away and those wealth they had will be useless because they could not bring that wealth on the afterlife. To love in their hearts we leave behind is not to die. Their family believes that even though their loved ones passed away, they knew that the presence of this person will remain not physically but in their hearts. In loving memory of your children and grandchildren, recuerdos de tus hijos, in memories of your children, recuerdos de tus madre et tus hermanes, in memories of your mother and brothers. Their family will always remember them, not physically, but emotionally and mentally, because the bond they shared will always be remembered no matter what, because they had already string attached.
2016, the year where this woman died, the epitaph says, "Your presence we miss, your smile we cherish." This woman has a strong family ties. She will remain alive in the hearts of her family. Her presence that truly be missed, but her smile they cherish. 2014, the year where this man died, the epitaph says, "Devoted husband, beloved and loving father and grandfather. We love you, Papa and Lolo Abba." This man has a lovable family. All his good deeds will not be forgotten. 2012, the year where this person died, the epitaph says, "God took you from our home, but never from our hearts." This person left the world, but his presence will remain in the hearts of those people who loved him. 2015, the year where this man died, the epitaph says, "Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Heavenly Father, your Son is coming home to you at last." This man were wholeheartedly offered by his family, loved ones, and to those people knows him to Heavenly Father. 2014, the year where this person died, the epitaph says, "You will be remembered not on how you live, but on how you have loved. We miss you and love you." This person should be remembered based on how he loves and how he had loved, but not on how he lived.
Some epitaphs written are specified by the person themselves before their death, or maybe they are chosen by those responsible for the burials. One approach of many epitaphs is to speak to the reader and warn them about their own mortality. Based on the observation, the difference between the epitaphs before and now is the root of their beliefs and emotions. Take a look at the epitaphs dated before year 2000. Most of the epitaphs came from holy Bibles and quotes of famous philosophers and poets, while epitaphs dated year 2000 until present, more of them are personalized or own-made verses, quotes, or sayings, and some are very common. It is because people before are more religious and have strong faith in God, while people in this era are more innovative and people nowadays always want something new. The time period definitely played a large role in the epitaphs. It was really in the beginning of the 1800s that epitaphs became extremely popular. The earliest epitaphs were generally the darkest, and they would progressively get more comforting and light as you got into the later 1800s. There's no doubt that these earlier time periods were more literally gifted than we are today. This means that most epitaphs had a more emotional level to them, a deeper meaning.
Epitaphs provide information about the deceased, memorialize their lives, and relay messages to the living. Sayings and words encrypted to epitaphs changes over time due to changes in society as well as in culture. It is inevitable. Changes around us has a huge impact to our perspective and attitudes towards life. Some epitaphs show people's attitude and perspective towards death. Some think that their loved one who had passed away goes to heaven with God in afterlife, while some epitaphs expresses the love they have for the member of the family who has gone. Also expresses the loneliness they felt from losing someone they precious. Those written words somehow gives comfort to family members who are still living.